For one last time, we're going round in circles again. It's all the maps and all the rounds potentially, but we're going to Mirage, which is heavily in one team's favor. It's Yeah, who should potentially be winning this game, but right now we're in the upside down. It doesn't really make too much sense. And Mythic, I wouldn't say they don't have a chance, because Katie is on fire. If we pair that up with a bit of Cooper action when he was actually on the AWP and doing well, maybe Davey comes in, not with the MP5, we'll be in a good spot.
I think that's a win condition right there. I think Katie has been the catalyst behind this Mythic today. She's been good. Map number one, you know, she was alone. There was nobody helping her. Map number two, she did it by herself with the backup from Davey, with the backup from everyone, I would say. Map number three, if Mythic want to take this series and they want to beat Ye out of the tournament, she needs to play well again, and the rest of Mythic will have to step it up once more. Cooper has been struggling a little bit. He could be another win factor coming.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned Cooper, and I think something we have to keep in mind for Mirage is the possibility of a double AWP set up on the CT side. So many teams have used it throughout this entire tournament, and it is absolutely viable. Cooper could do it, Adren could do it, Flom could do it. With the rifles, with the big greens, they've been impactful. Now, Katie, obviously, she's going to be an X factor, but so far she's been delivering at every single turn, so it's almost not an X factor anymore. It's just
wait for it to happen.
A factor.
Yeah, just a factor.
That's it.
Just a fact.
Just a fact.
There we go. Just has to be that way. One person who does need to show up, though, is Adren. He had that amazing round, which you've got to give him a lot of credit for, but other than that, he was not having a good flow when it came to Overpass. Now on Mirage, we need to see him to step it up if Mythic really want to have a chance of it. But what I do want to see is them try and put Ye in an uncomfortable position. Put Ye down in the ground early on, because they did it on Overpass. They stopped it when it was up 6-1, and then they really messed it up for him. If they can do that again, then hell, Mythic can get this done.
I really like to pay a lot of attention towards the body language coming out from the players when they're playing. You know, I'm not always focusing on the crosshair and what's going on. Just have a look at the players and see the reaction. It felt to me like Ye Gaming, they zoned out at some point in their match. You know, the focus wasn't there. The emotional reaction wasn't really, you know, there in terms of what happened on the server. So something was definitely missing when it came to that. I want to see them reset coming into Dust 2. I want to see them again, you know, be fired up. I want to see them be communicating. I want to see them animated. And if they can reset themselves coming into Mirage, they will still be my favorites. But what I saw here in Overpass, that was some of the worst I've seen in this tournament. And what I saw in Inferno on the first map from Ye Gaming, that was some of the best. So it's hard to really make a picture of what to expect from Ye Gaming, because the highs are up here and the lows are down here.
If the series against the New England Whalers is a blueprint of some sort, then sure, first map Inferno, quick, easy work for Ye Gaming. They move on to Overpass, they drop the ball, they lose in overtime, that was against the Whalers, and then when things went down to Mirage, they actually took control again. The first half on their CT side was a little bit scrappy, 7-8, but once they switched over to the T side, 9-1, sorry. That was very simple, very explosive brand of Counter-Strike, easy solution, just rushing out A-Ram, taking mid-fast control, and I think they can do that again. They have proven to us, and they have showcased on Inferno, that in terms of skill, they have nothing to fear when it comes to Mythic. Maybe Katie is going to be one to fight back, but overall, I do believe that there is more talent in the lineup of Ye Gaming.
And maybe this is why it was so hard for Ye. You said simple Counter-Strike worked out for him.
Sure.
Inferno, yes, okay, CT side can get a bit complicated. T side, didn't see anything too crazy. When it comes to Overpass, it is a lot more difficult than maps like Mirage, like Dust 2, like Inferno that comes into play. Again, we're seeing Julies in play for Mythic. Can Davey get away with murder? They're pushing on in. He's completely blind. He's firing away plenty of shots. Katie, of course, is getting the opening kill. And Davey, he gets the bomb down, but he is going down himself. Adren landing the swift headshot, and Swisher is now all alone. Can he swish his way back into the site and find some success? He's got 120, but he's going to run straight in to Flom. He's got the Julies. He takes him down. A pistol round for Mythic, and Ye Gaming are not going to be happy with that one. A basic B rush that got absolutely destroyed.
I have to respect Davey and how calm he stays and remains in that situation. Spamming with the dualies, and it works out for him. 2 kills, and he's staying with the MP5. He's been quite creative with the weaponry in general, and I'm sure, James, it makes you very happy to see we have the MP5 again.
Let's go, Davey. Bringing back the years.
MP5 Pog.
MP5 Pog. That's what Davey's all about.
Now, Flom, that's a good occasion to rack up some numbers, rack up some kills, some stats, some money, some confidence as well, as it's merely Deagles and PT50s and Glocks that will test the middle. Katie, she has been an absolute beast so far, tapping away with the FAMAS. I like how calm she's remaining. You'd love to see it. Fazin put her on the ground, but Flom strikes from Connector. Everything is looking great for Mythic so far.
I would have liked the window player to back Katie up a little bit more there.
Help me!
Came a bit too late to the party as well. But RCF's the only one that stands, so in general they're in a nice spot. Flom delivers the headshot. Flom. Blom, 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 blom.
Are you making exercise right now? Exactly, that's why you're warming up the voice. I don't think the viewers will appreciate that noise.
Just to be clear to the viewers, that noise is supposed to do something where it like warms up your vocal cords, isn't it?
It helps you control your breath.
There you go.
Exactly, breathing in, breathing out. It's called lip thrill. So you know.
Lip what?
Lip trill.
Trill?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Isn't trill some type of gangster?
You
Oh no,
probably know
thrill.
that way more than
drill music. Oh.
Yeah, it's supposed to help you control your airflow from the diaphragm. That's why we do it. So I think my neighbors in the hotel don't appreciate me doing that in the morning. But you gotta warm them voice. Speaking of warming up, it is time for Yegaming to put up some sort of reaction. They were completely out of it on overpass, and Adren make it even worse. Swisha finds a quick death. Bu tested towards mid. Good cross replacement, waiting for the right moment. Dumao saves him from underground. Cooper didn't have any sort of backup. He was all in on this move. Great shot from Dumao. Adren, he's been not having the best of series. Sure, we mentioned his 1 versus 3 on overpass, and that was the highlight for him. But in terms of skill, a little bit outmatched so far. Flum, does he realize he's about to be punched? He's about to be punched? He's about to be found by Fasten.
It may have felt like a punch.
That felt like it.
Speed
Right?
that he went down, but Katie with the FAMAS, she's been on point with it. Needs to try and tap away and stop the bomb from going down so fast. Davey's there now with an AK in his hand. He's going to try and jump into window, but Fastest, he was ready and waiting for it, but Davey still bests him. A lot of damage done towards him, but it's still a winnable situation. They've both got kits, and there is a smoke going to flash in play. Smoke's going to go up towards Palace. RCF, he is towards it, but not in exactly the right spot. More damage to be done out here, and RCF, he cleans it up. He stands strong. He holds on, and yeah, will pick up their first round with the guns in their hands.
It's looking much better for Yegaming. Here it was Dumao who opened up the base towards middle. Good trading, saving his teammate as well. That kill right here, that was everything. And then finding the next one onto Adren. RCF with a great position towards the clutch. Well played from him. 2-1 scoreline. Still a decent buy coming out of Mythic. They start with the heavy lean towards A. Only Katie playing with the Deagle in window. 2 rifles pushing in towards A ramp. So there is again this philosophy, this perspective of taking map control, taking information, grabbing it, going for it. And so far it's working. But I don't know if Dumao heard them. Fasten actually, it is Fasten in the A apps. And there is going to be a confrontation. There's going to be a meetup in spawn. Bu takes some clean out. A second kill as well. Perfect start to the round.
Adrian will have to do something about it. Oh, and he hits the flick towards Fasten. Not sure how he survived that one, but Mythic, they've been pushed out of the A-bomb side. That is going to be an easy kill for RCF. Davey now by himself with an M4, and all he has to do now is try to save the gun. Bomb has been planted, and another one coming out of Yegaming. We asked for a restart. We asked for a response, I guess, emotionally as well as playing-wise, and that's what we've gotten so far, Matthew. They look much, much better, and they look ready to once again play a Counter-Strike. That overpass, that was a bit of an odd one, but I guess just as we have to, so will the players just have to forget about it, move on, and focus on what's in front of them, which is Mirage, and so far, so good. Right. Davey, of course, allowing himself to save this M4 A1S, and the money is slowly but surely starting to build up for Ye, which is also a good thing.
I wonder if Fasten actually heard that push towards A-ramp, because Bu was very focused. He was zoned in on that aggression, grabbing these 2 kills towards T-spawn. So maybe some sort of audio cue being put out right here. He was so ready for it. He was only going for these kills. Obviously, great footwork, great aim coming out of Bu. And I do believe that Fasten must have given up some kind of information, or maybe suggested that it could be a possibility, and he changed it all. Now Davey with the single rifle in this round, he'll have to work some miracles if Mythic wants a chance in this game, or rather this round.
And it's all up to Davey to find some impact. And the rest of the players, of course, can still shoot, but with USPs and no armors, it's going to be incredibly tough. And this is where Yegaming have been struggling a little bit, making these rounds clean. Everything else, they did it so well. There we go. Davey was caught off guard. Survived though. Still has the M4. But as I was trying to say, Yegaming, they've been struggling a little bit, making them as clean as possible. It's hard to lose around against full USPs, but it's also very important you at least survive 3 up to 4, maybe even 5 players in order to build up the bank and then put you in a more safe position in terms of economy and losing rounds. So surely expecting to win this one, but let's see. They're spread out all over the map right now. One player sneaking in short by himself. You can see it on the minimap, top left corner. One player up towards A by himself, and they're a little bit disjointed. Thank God for them. There's 4 players now from Mythic on towards the B bomb side. RCF is most likely going to go down here. Having a hard time seeing how he's going to survive. The push coming in right here, and there we go. That's an AK out, but there's also a tell that the M4 is towards B and A side is clear.
At the end of that round should be of no questioning, of no debate. Gaming should be able to convert, but it is, after all, a free AK with pretty much nothing invested from Mythic. I'll count that as a mild victory, a mild success for them. It's not even worth to go and find that weapon, I believe. Yegaming would be better off just saving their money, making sure that they have that security, that they're not at risk of being reset early on in this half. Fasten will be able to dispatch of a Dren. This should be it. He's gonna tuck himself. Just hold that window angle. And Flum and Davy should be able to convert, or rather to transfer these weapons into the next round. Flum, ooh, he's getting destroyed by Swisher. That could have been a key moment right there. The AK has been taken away from the CTs. So what's the play for Yegaming now? So far, they have found success through punishing the aggression of Mythic. It was once in middle and once towards the A ramp. So if Mythic actually close off the game, if they lock down their site, they'll force Yegaming to find some sort of solution.
RCF aggressive with the AWP. Don't think he quite spotted the player towards CT spawn. It didn't look like it. I think the CT player should be happy for that. Now has a mate with him. That's fast, and he's just walking up towards this A-bomb site. They want to explode into up in sandwich, and it's clear the Mythic just want to play the retake. Bew in the meantime finds Katie, and that's a big kill. Fasten takes Adrian down, and they find themselves in a 3 versus 4. Flom with the AWP. There's no smoke towards him, but Dumao could be coming with a flank here from behind.
That's a flank and a half right here. Dumao, he's got the fate of this round at the tip of his AK, waiting for the right moment, and he pounces, puts down 2 of his opponents coming in from the back. Great lurk from Dumao. Things are just falling apart for Mythic, but for Yegaming, it's just one day at the office. Beautiful A pressure, allowing Dumao to find the timing. A little bit over-eager here, allowing Cooper to stay alive. The bomb has been retrieved, and the plan shouldn't come through in the next 5 seconds. Cooper now with very little choice but to save his M4. So again, Yegaming, I feel like they're returning to their identity. We talked about how they would play simple Counter-Strike on Inferno. Easy timings, sticking it nice and easy. On Overpass, they looked a little bit more lost, shell-shocked, trying to find solutions, being disjointed at times, but now they are going back to the simple, efficient Counter-Strike.
They surely have hit that restart button we talked about. As you said, looks like they're once again in control. Don't seem to make the silly mistakes they were making in Overpass. I think it's important to be completely honest with that. You know, there was a game where Mythic probably could have won bigger as well. I think the first half they were unlucky, only to get 7 rounds. And Yegaming just didn't seem to be comfortable with the fact they were playing Overpass. That has definitely changed now moving into Mirage. We have seen them play before here. I believe they also took on Team 1 on Mirage.
That is correct.
A back and forth game. Yeah, very good game, you know, and we've seen what Team 1 can do. So definitely a team that is capable of playing Mirage against some of the better North American teams over here. Off to a good start, 4-2, and again Mythic with a round where only 1 player has an M4, the rest will have to do with pistols, and most likely going to lose this one, but I feel like being down 5-2, potentially 6-2, that's going to be too much for Mythic. They'll have to make a stance next round.
Indeed, there needs to be a reaction from Mythic. But this round seems very dire, very hard. They've hit the hard difficulty level. Swisher, wait a minute, Davy find a kill, and so did Katie. Suddenly, that's the round that is potential, possible, everything is dreamable. 2 versus 3, Swisher and Dumao fighting back. Swisher finds Katie, she was trying to make her way out of market. I thought this was done and dusted, but I was wrong. It is all in the open. Cooper hasn't really been activated quite yet. He's coming. Well, he's alone now, actually. Coming in from short. He's been spotted. Easy kill onto Swisher. It's a 1v1 now. And Cooper's gonna do it. Mythic, they react when we needed them to do it. They give us the round off the back of a single M4, couple of deagles, and some flares, some pizzazz.
That's what the doctor ordered, isn't it? I was just...
Look at this. Boom!
Oh, there we go. Katie again. 2 deagle one-shots like that. She's playing out of her mind right now. And of course, Cooper coming in with a nice double kill to finish it off. I think I just said that they're not supposed to win this round. And
yeah, I join you on that one, but look at the reaction. Oh my god, the ego has been hurt. And Ye Gaming, they do not accept that situation. 2 quick kills into this round. Swisher's already on top towards window. Fasten, dispatching of Cooper. And Mythic, that one's gonna hurt because just as much as they found a footing in the next or the previous round, they have been obliterated on this one. Adrian is alone with 1 minute and 20 seconds to play with. He's going to be able to take down Swisher, but that is the only consolation, the only commiseration he's going to take with him under his belt. Ye Gaming, that's what I was talking about. The power, the explosiveness, the explosivity.
Explosive Counter-Strike.
My oh my.
So tough to hold and be so tough to handle.
Insane.
Mao gets another kill and that's 5-3, and that is such a rough feeling, right, if you're Mythic. You win such a great round, you win a round you have no business winning. Katie with 2 fantastic deagle shots, Cooper chiming in as well, and then the next round, it takes you exactly 15 seconds, and that's over. How do you mentally cope with that if you're Mythic, once again going into a save round?
Well, it's a save and a half, because Cooper is going for the big investment. They're doing the NIP, a single AWP being purchased.
The Superman.
The Superman. The Cyborg. It's all onto Cooper. He's going to have to be absolutely stellar, influential, remarkable. Put any superlative you want to put in there, because he's going to need to do it. Swisher will punish Flum for his curiosity, and there we go. We talked about him. He needs to be activated. He sees the cannon. He's waiting patiently. First kill on the board. Adrian chiming in as well with the deagle. Unfortunately, the sniper has been put down. Adrian, not realizing he's at risk, he's going to offer his flank to Bew. Blindsided.
He wanted that AWP so bad right there. Got lured into it. Fasting gets another kill. Now Davey finds himself with a deagle and a dream match here, and I'm going to say it, he's not going to win it, is he?
Are we going to do that again?
Yeah, let's try. Because I wanted to win.
It's been worse.
There we go.
Fair enough. Dumao puts him out. 10 kills, 5 deaths, 100 ADR. A player that we've mentioned many times alongside RCF as being the 2 main carries for that team. Fastin following them quite close, I guess, in terms of power and firepower. Yeah, firepower. For a second, I thought I said it wrong. No, that's correct.
Yeah, firepower. That works.
Power fire. That doesn't work.
Power fire. Well, you could guess what I know what you mean. Yeah.
Fire, power, the name of the game for Ye Gaming. And the aggression from Mythic again. Taking this time towards A-Apps. Flum posted in with the sniper. He's going to have an opening in about 10 seconds, but it's a game of patience.
Yeah, Flum, he's not going to stay away from this fight. Question is, how long does he dare to stand here? And that was exactly as you said, 10-15 seconds and out again. Smoking off Palace, and no damage has been taken by neither team, but I do see one problem here for Mythic, and they are giving away the mid-control every round without even contesting it, which means it doesn't take Ye Gaming more than 10-15 seconds to get it, so they don't spend a lot of utility, they don't really fear the presence from Mythic, and that's a bit of a problem here as Flom almost catch a kneecap out of one of the players here. Katie cannot win that duel, she's been winning so many today, but Bew takes her out, and
huge kill.
RCF on Davey as well, and the B bomb side is going to be vulnerable. Flom comes in with a quick rotation, finds one. Oh, RCF misses the second one. That's an opening right here. They have no control of the bomb side. Look at the bomb and T-spawn right there. Cooper. Did they hear each other?
Yeah, he's been heard. He's been spotted. Fast. He knows he's been followed. 20 HP, and you can only think what would have happened if there hadn't been an MP9. But Dren is going for the fight. Flum sandwich, put down quickly by Dumao. And now Flum's position being revealed. He shot about 15 seconds ago towards Market. So Ye Gaming know that the A side is theirs. And they are strolling towards that 7th round. Flum, don't get me wrong, he can do wonders, but this time around it might just be too much. It's going to save the AWP.
Would you agree with this sentiment that you see Ye Gaming play right and you see the individuals? There's a lot of skill on the lineup. There's a lot of individual brilliance once in a while, but they also make some of those, you know, we saw it in the overpass a lot, but here as well, the bomb get left in T-spawn, and,
I know.
and that jeopardizes the entire round and the entire, you know, footwork they do up until that point. If they could rule out those mistakes, if they could remove all those small, dare say, I even want to use the word noob mistakes in terms of like those are mistakes you make when you're a new player to the game. which is what the words mean, right? If you can even out those mistakes, Yeah Gaming would be such a scary prospect for pretty much all teams in this tournament. It's a weird feeling I stand here with, because they play so well at times, and then all of a sudden the switch just flips.
Yeah, and the problem is it's undeniable that there is talent in this roster.
Yeah, exactly.
And they have good feeling when the rounds are getting crazy. They find these timings, they find the openings, they have a huge impact. But as you say, these mistakes we're pointing out, whenever they're going to go up against a really strong team, they're going to pay the price for it. You leave the bomb behind, that one duel right here, that Dumao actually wins, could have been it.
Yeah.
If the bomb is on the ground, it's over. Just die first, forehead again. The team with more opening kills has lost on both maps. Well, it doesn't bode well for whoever wins the opening kill then. Again, that is usually the sign of a scrappy game. You see at the top level of Counter-Strike, we used to talk about Astralis' 80% conversion rate of 5v4.
Exactly, yeah.
But over here, obviously a little bit more loosey-goosey with the approach.
A timeout coming out from Mythic, and another one of these Superman buys, I guess. Flom saved his AWP, of course, hasn't invested anything into that. Whereas for Adrian, he pulled out a scout, a couple of armors, a couple of upgraded pistols, and that's what they have to work with. Hasn't been that efficient so far. Katie could potentially do something with the deal. We've seen that a couple of times tonight. The A-Go coming in right here, the A-split, and Adrian, he's going to be pressured to the brink.
What can he do without scout? Beautiful timing found by Bu. He's heard another one. He knows he's got an opponent next to him, and the spray is perfect. Flom chiming in from Catwalk. He wants to get activated. He wants to get stuck in, but should he do it? Should he not keep his AWP? Yeah. Because it's already over, and I can understand the frustration. I think that Yeah Gaming so far have done a tremendous job at negating any impact from the weapons. They just always find the right solution, the right timing. And Flom, the best he can do now is cry, because the AWP is on the ground. 8th round on the board for Yeah Gaming. They control the pace once again.
Perfect execute towards the A-bomb side, and the whole theory behind this strat is, of course, the two smokes you see in front of you. One top stairs, one that covers off the vision from jungle. At that point, all the players from Mythic will focus towards A, and that's when you come in from connected. That's when the backstab comes in, and that's when the sandwich sort of is being made. Yeah Gaming keeping it simple, but keeping it effective. Again, Adrian aggressive towards middle. Hits both together with Avi. And as ICS just pointed out, winning the opening duels don't always net you the round, but this time around I'm having a very hard time seeing how Mythic could not win this one. They fight themselves up 3 members, 5 against 2. This should not be possible. Swisher goes down to Cooper as well, and we can say a lot about this game, but when Yeah Gaming are winning the rounds, it happens within the first 10-15 seconds. Whenever they lose a round, it also happens within the first 10-15 seconds.
It's a very committed play style, I agree with you.
Yeah.
They do or die, they live or die in the first 20 seconds. And most of the times it works out, which leaves us in awe of the talent that they have and the firepower that they have to play with. And when it doesn't, Mythic seem to have an easy life, an easy road ahead of them. The double AWP setup is going to pay off, mostly off the back of Cooper's double kill. But Davy and Adren chiming in each. Now Fasten, if he could have some sort of impact, as it often is in these 1v5 situations, the name of the game is damage. I feel like he missed that opportunity. Being put down to 9 HP. It's going to be extremely complicated for him to just survive it, and he won't. Cooper, 3rd kill. We talked about him a lot as a player that should wake up, should have more impact with the big AWP. The first map, he was decent, I'd say. He was training KD with 15 kills. Kind of went quite a bit more on overpass. That could be the best timing for him to show up big time, playing that A side with the AWP. And when you go up against a team that is mostly duel-based, duel-oriented, fast and easy Counter-Strike, then the AWP can be a weapon of choice.
It is around going the way of Mythic, and they needed that badly. Down 8-4. It's at a point where if you lose 11-4, that's going to be a mountain to climb back from. 9-6, we have a game on our hand. Cooper cannot connect that shot. That was a big opportunity. Davey gets taken out as well. Swisher, the awareness coming in right there. Well aware that could have been a bait setup. Checked the corner, got the kill. And now Bu as well finding a kill towards Katie. She hasn't been as impactful as his were on Inferno. And on the second map, Bu, what is this?
What?
Okay, Adrian.
Oh, Adrian was completely fast actually. And Dumao destroys Cooper. This is all falling apart for Flom. And another one of these rounds where things just completely crumble in a matter of 15 to 20 seconds. Unfortunately for Cooper, after giving him some praises, this starts with a missed shot, a missed fire. And I agree with you. You could see the clarity coming out of Swisher, hard checking that angle after he gets shot from the AWP. That was beautiful. And as soon as Bu punishes KD from catwalk, or rather on catwalk position, that was it. The round was over. Perfect flash towards Connector. And just like that, EA Gaming regained control. Every time they have a mishap, every time they missed it, they bounce back. Mythic, they still have a fight in them. They still want to give it a go. They took mid control, grabbed the kill, and Davey adds another one to the tally. 5v3. And just like we much see often, EA Gaming could just fall apart. Katie, she's just found the perfect timing. Tap, tap, tapping away with the silencer. That is the perfect gun to have it. And I just love how calm she remains whenever she comes from behind. Just tip, 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 tip.
With the silenced M4 as well.
Absolutely.
She's sticking to that gun, and it is working out wonders for her. Davey will finish off RCF, and a 5th round gets put on the board for Mythic. Yeah, though, they were on a bit of a tear. They had a bit of a run going on for their T side, but it's not got away from them enough where Mythic have to be super scared.
The game is still alive, and I guess that's the most important thing for Mythic right here. They have been playing on their back foot throughout the entire first half. There's no doubt about EA Gaming right now are the most comfortable team, but Mythic are hanging on by the skin of their teeth, and if they can get a 6th round to the tally, then only a pistol round that separates them. There we go, Bu going out middle, finding Flom. That aggression has worked a couple of times for Mythic, but this time around, they were ready for it. So ready. Now Adrian with the AWP will have to do the work instead. 35 HP. Does not matter that much when you have an AWP in your hand.
Gonna hit one shot. Oh, and he misses it. Katie's been fragged up as well. It's not what they would have wanted. Adren expects the window push to come through. He can't quite land it. Davies looking to apply pressure as well. Can he bring the numbers back into a favorable position for him? That's what they're going to be looking for here as Adren. He wants to find some sort of an advantage in this, but he knows he's oh so low. It is incredibly difficult. The timing now that Ye need to find to come off the back of not being hit up here. Davey, he strikes. It's perfect for him. He's found 2 in this so far. They may have the A site now, but at least Mythic will have the information. And Adren, he takes a shot in the dark as he's flashed out and pushed away, but he'll fall back and live to find another day for now. Cooper may have the element of surprise. He starts off onto 1, tries to sprout into the 2nd. It's RCS with an AWP, but he actually gets pistol whipped instead. Davey, he's had to do so much in this round, but it's not done yet. Just in the nick of time. Farston doesn't expect it. He was hoping the connector play would come through, and RCF is going to be pushed away. They can jump on top of the bomb if they want to. Adren is holding the line, but his position is known. He's easily seen. Davey hops off the bomb, and RCF, is he going to risk it? Does he risk it? He hears the footsteps. He knows he doesn't have to move away just yet. The flash comes out. Davey comes in, does the damage, but he can't find the kill. He's done so much in this round, but it's not going to be enough. He will not be able to get the defuse, surely. Close, yet so far, 10-5 after the first half. Mythic managed to try and find the last few rounds, but it's EA Gaming that end up with double the scoreline. We'll find out how the decider will conclude after the break.
Don't look away. Send a display. All eyes on me. Don't even blink.
Yeah Gaming lead in the first half. Now on their CT side, they need to keep that pressure on Mythic. But Mythic, they found life. They started to bounce back. They started to slice and dice their way to success. But it was gritty, especially on that last round where Davey did so much. It just wasn't enough. It came down to the timing. And right now, the timing that Mythic want to hit, well, might be halted as RCF. He pops off the first shots, but Katie, she's always good to do some serious damage, and Cooper wants to push on forward. He's confident with it. He's expecting someone on the stairs. No one protecting Davey. Oh, he's not going to be happy about that one. Katie's playing up from Palace. She's good with the P250, but this is a lot to ask, and yeah, we'll pick up the pistol.
Surely that's got to be frustrating. Dumao finding the perfect timing, sneaking in on left side of the smoke, grabbing the planter. Poor Davey couldn't do anything about it, and then all the kills just fall together in 1 second. I understand the attempt. You take the A side, you push towards jungle, you plan for it, but then you need to clear that smoke. It's your biggest danger. It's the biggest threat. So Ye Gaming, once more, they pounced the first on Mirage. We said it. There was a pattern in their last series. They won the first map easily, they struggled on Overpass, and then they closed it on Mirage. We could be heading towards that exact scenario, James.
Now for me, though, is Cooper. He had that image in his mind, right? He saw it. He thought that might be happening, but by the time he could even get it done, he was too late to react. Now with the bigger guns in their hands, yeah, not really being tested here. Fastin has gone down, but that's all that's going to happen. Dumao comes in with a kill, the 12th round on the board for Yeah, and Yeah might be looking to ruffle stomp their way through the rest of Mirage. Mythic now will have to really save up in this round, going for the big buy, and hopefully be able to claw back so many rounds, but it feels like it's just too much to ask.
You have to play the long game. You have to play the long game, even though it might be a little bit disheartening, might be a little bit frustrating. There's no way out of it for Mythic. Just take it easy, take the easy way. Try and do some damage if you can, even though it looks a little bit bleak, and I'm not gonna lie, RCF's gonna have the time of his life, cleaning him up with the M4. Davey, there you go, man. Just add a little bit of a kill here and there. Force them to reinvest, and this round, right now, James, I feel like it is do or die. It is make or break for Mythic. They have been under heavy fire on this third map of Mirage. They've done a great job of fighting back on Overpass, but it's been through Katie's absolute heroism. Terrific rifle play. I can say it in French. You could say it's terrible in a good way. That doesn't work in English.
You can say terrible in a good way. It's terrible for the opponent. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Because that's what I was going for. Terrific footwork as well with the M4. It is all or nothing for Mythic. They start here with some mid pressure, but you could see on the minimap, it is all a fake. They want to take the defense. They're going to push everyone towards mid, and they're going to pounce on the A side. Good trade, but it's all falling apart. RCF pushing on Dumao, combining for 3 kills.
There we go.
Cooper is finding his way back onto the side, and it's a double 2v3.
This is definitely winnable, but they need to land some crucial shots. Yeah, Gaming do have enough utility here. The incendiary grenade's in play, but now Cooper's all alone. His back's up against the wall. He spots out the first player, but he doesn't want to strike. He doesn't want to leave himself too vulnerable, but Bew from up above will put the hurt on him, will shut him down, and now we'll get a 14th round.
Most of these kills actually evaded our gaze, but it was an A-split attempt from Mythic. A lot of pressure from mid, as I said. You use the maximum amount of utility to draw the defense, to force them to converge towards connector, towards window, towards catwalk, when you actually have the lion's share of your attack towards A-ramp, plus lurk in Palace. As soon as you find the timing, you pounce. But it wasn't enough. Ye Gaming, I would never be able to say yay without that. It is in my throat.
It's a yeah.
It's because I always sing when I say the name, right?
Yay, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yay, yeah. I have to do the yeah.
Just do the yeah.
Yeah.
Put some emphasis on it. Put some magic on it.
Let's do it. Put some magic. And that is exactly what they need. They need magic.
Magic Johnson, magic abilities. A headshot through the smoke is definitely not what they needed. Adren will bounce back a bit though. He'll fight into this one. He'll try and make something happen. But again, the jewels are just not going in their favor. They're trading out And luckily this time around, it may be effective enough as Katie, she continues to do the damage while Dread in mid is causing the confusion. Dumao now all alone. AWP in hand coming around on short. And it's going to be tough for him for sure. He may just want to not go for this. Spots out one, doesn't take the shot, but he knows he's been spotted out. He looks to tag him up through the box, but realistically, you just want to hold on to your weapon. You want to make sure you stay in the best position possible. They've got some money to play with.
This should be a warning sign for the CTs, right? Because the way they've approached this round was fighting, fighting, fighting. All across the map, all and everywhere, just taking duels. White swinging through smokes, peeking from window. And they got punished for it. Katie, amazing Ferrari peek from Apps, destroying her opponent on the side. And now they have a little bit of the stay in your lane. Be careful, because Mythic, they can play, they can aim, they can shoot.
And they do have these systems in place where they can call a pretty simple default to a degree, right? And play off their own individual strengths. But the problem is, yeah, Gaming has that ability as well. They can fire back with some of their own individual crazy shots.
Look at all these
You
fights.
saw how the dueling was going down, right? But how often can they rely on this? This is the thing for Mythic. Where's the go-to next, like B, C, and D plan, you know? That's what we're looking at.
It's about time to get it working, though. They're running out of options. For new viewers out there, this is the third and deciding map. Winner moves on, loser goes out. So everything is at stake right now for Mythic. RCF is not going to let Flom get that peek, and do they go for it? Or do they fall back? The bomb still towards the B bomb side. Two players out in the middle, and Swisher is finding a gap through the smoke as well. Has isolated a player towards middle, and that's going to be an easy duel for Swisher as well. Cooper and Katie, well, she was alive, but now she is dead. Left it all up to Cooper. And he's not going to do much either. Swisher with another one. 15-6. We asked for a restart. We asked for Year Gaming to show their true face. Don't know what happened in Overpass. Seemed like they mentally were out of it, but on map number 1 and on map number 3, there's no doubt they have been the better team tonight.
No, there isn't really a doubt. As you're pointing out, individually, a step ahead, a bit sharper.
Where were they on Overpass, though?
They zoned out, but now the reaction is coming in. And we asked for it. Dumao is going to kick things off with the AWP. Good reaction from Ruben to a middle, but Bu is on its trail. Now it's on to Dumao again. That is a beautiful shot. 2 kills away from qualifying for the playoff. Can they do it? Can it be a 16-6? Bu puts another one, and that is it. Yay Gaming have pushed them towards the playoff. A 16-6 victory.
16-6, they take down Mythic, and they do not let off the gas. 2 decisive maps on one that was awkward as hell. I cannot wait to get the interview and ask them what on earth is going on with that map when it comes down to it. Because yes, you can give some credit to Mythic, but these 2 maps, that's what you expect from it. The scores behind us are wrong, but Mythic, they didn't even maybe deserve one at this point. Maybe that's what the admins are trying to tell us.
No, I mean, I feel like
No,
they
did. I'm only messing.
They were doing a good job. Katie as well. I just want to, give her my commiserations as well. The fact that she was playing so well throughout the entire series, even when they were losing on Inferno the first map, she was still doing a good job, dropping 34 frags, I believe, on the second map.
36, I believe.
36, there we go, even better. So yeah, she may end up as the loser, but as an individual, she showed up today in big fashion.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? You look at what Mythic have to offer. They're not a team that's been scrimming 6 days a week, you know? They're not going to be out here saying, yeah, we're going for the big org or anything. They've got their livelihoods. They've had their playing pro careers right now. They're definitely having fun. We can see it on the cameras. We can get a bit of Davey moments. We get a bit of incredible witnessed moments of like things that Cooper pulling off the amazing AWP shots and stuff like that. It's been a lot of fun, but that's the end of the road for Mythic. They're now eliminated. It's Yeah that go on through, and we'll be talking to all of these players. We'll be breaking it all down after the break. Today we got to witness Yeah Gaming being the next team to make it to the playoffs. The Brazilian team with some American flair managed to seal the deal on Mirage, but it certainly wasn't pretty to get there. On their 2 maps they won, convincing, dominating on Overpass let's just forget about Overpass. Mythic did well at that point. Mythic certainly have some skilled individuals, and they do put up a fight, and they never back down. It's been another great day of Counter-Strike here at the DreamHack Masters Winter 2020, and my, oh my, I'm looking forward to speaking to these players, because right now, I got to understand, first of all, what's going on with Overpass. I've got to understand how they're feeling about making the playoffs. They're playing a hell of a lot of Counter-Strike right now as well. Lots of games. They just qualified that best-of-5 grand final as well.
It's good for them, right? It's good there's some Counter-Strike to play, and they were looking good on 2 maps today. We're going to talk about Overpass more later, I guess, when we talk to the players as well, so no need to dive into that one. But let's just appreciate Yeah Gaming on the first map being, you know, super, super sharp, and on this third map as well being extremely sharp as well. By far the best team when you look all the 3 maps over.
Yeah, what's interesting to see is how they behave when they have control over the map, right? And they are extremely fierce and deadly looking. Think about Inferno, think about Mirage. Both these maps have something in common. The scoreboard, the distribution is quite close. Yes, sure, on this map, Dumao at the very end had a lot of impact, but it was truly a team victory. It was the case on Inferno and again on Mirage. So on some of these maps, I almost see no punishing, no way to punish them, right? Because they look so strong.
They did look so strong, right? That was the thing. It was a very different beast that came out from these guys. And Mythic, they weren't able to handle that kind of pressure. They fought back in some rounds. Sure. They certainly got some nice kills here and there. But on the 2 maps that we saw come out from Yeah, it was really like Mythic didn't even know what to do.
No, it's tough for them, as you said. It's not a team, you know. They don't practice that much together. They are assembled, you know, old pros, former pros, streamers, a little bit of everything in there. And you know, when you take that into consideration, I think they did a good job. Again, we did compliment Katie, and I think we can do it one more time if we want to, right? She was doing a fantastic job. That Overpass game was impressive. 36 frags, I believe you said, and Inferno as well. Like, they were losing big time, 16-5, and she still pulled off 20 frags and fought back. So there was some individual skill within her.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100% spectacular, and then she was the only reason Mythic even had a say in some of these maps. So if we look at the scoreboard right here, that was the Overpass. 36 indeed, 115 ADR, 300 kills. What else can you ask for?
And look at how many opening duels, though, went in favor of Yeah, and yet they still couldn't get it done. You mentioned that, Pimp.
It was the same on Inferno, just the other way around. Mythic won 15-5, I believe, in the opening duels. Still lost 16-5, so it doesn't make any sense. Whereas for Overpass as well, it was just the other way around.
It really was the other way around.
It doesn't make any sense, right? You said it as well. When you look at some of the pro teams, when it comes to Europe, Astralis, their 5 versus 4 conversion rate up in the 80s, right? So you don't really... It's up there, right? G2 as well, I believe, are pretty good at it. Other teams are good at it. So when you get the first pick, normally when you play Counter-Strike, that means that you have a very good chance of winning the round. Tonight, that wasn't quite the case for neither of the teams.
I mean, now the problem for Yeah Gaming, if we are just looking forward a little bit, they are qualified for the playoff, which is amazing, obviously, but the veto system is going to be a disarray, right? If they cannot afford to remove Overpass, and if this is the best we can hope for them on this map, that is going to be a huge issue.
You've got to, surely.
Yeah, but then what did they? I can't remember what they removed, but surely they made another decision. It was either Vertigo or Nuke, if my memory serves well.
They removed Vertigo.
They removed Vertigo, right?
Try Vertigo.
So if they go up against a team that can play Vertigo, right? You just decide and take, you know, you roll the dice, you play Vertigo, because clearly on Overpass there are some errors, there are some mistakes, and they are lacking that deep understanding of the map, the individual feeling on it that we've seen on Inferno and Mirage. On Overpass, that was very complicated, and against a better team, that could be problematic.
That could be a problem, especially when you consider the bracket they're going into as well. There's going to be a lot of competition, you know. They now find themselves in a semi-final, so what we saw today was good on map 1 and map 3, and if they can replicate that performance, I believe they have a good shot against Chaos. If not, they're going to struggle a bit.
Well, I'm disappointed, boys. We can't get a player for the interview, so we're just going to take a look at the bracket. I know, disappointing. Yeah. We want to speak to these guys. We want to hear after them. They've won, but maybe we'll get them during this playoff bracket if they can muster up a win. Now, Yeah, will have their toughest task yet. They've got to try and take on Chaos. Chaos certainly the favourites going ones into that, but I would say that this is now should be X-Chaos, August, or something else thrown into
it could be a different name. I mean, we have this premise, this idea that we haven't seen the final form of Chaos. I think they might have been taking it slightly lightly in their first games. Obviously, they're professionals, we know that, but they must have felt that they were in control and, you know, maybe given 90% instead of 100. I do believe they have more in the tank, they have more to show, and they could still be a heavy favorite in this matchup in general.
There's one clear favorite on this bracket, and that is Chaos. I agree with you. The coach went out yesterday saying as well that, you know, the criticism that we received has been fair because we have not played up to the level we want to. Also, all the players went out today saying they're looking for new opportunities when it comes to CSGO and potentially Valorant. So it is it's a rough period, let's put it that way, right? The players as well, I kind of feel for them, right? They don't know what their future holds, whether it's going to be in CSGO, Valorant. So coming into this tournament, being in this bracket, you know, if they could finish off with a bang and win the entire thing, as well as the prize money, you know, it's not a bad way to go out.
it's not an easy situation to be in. You know, when you have to invest everything, you're basically your own. You invest your everything into this game, and you're unsure about the next week, the next month, the next 6 months. So I have to understand how tough it is. But at the same time, the best way to get out of this situation is to give your 200% right here, right now. You have an opportunity to win this title. That is still a master after all. It doesn't matter that some teams are over here in Europe. That doesn't matter at all. You win the title, you might attract some eyes, some set eyeballs on you. They said it happened with Beijing without any success behind it, but it doesn't mean winning won't get you that opportunity. So give it your everything, fight back, and maybe you can take your destiny into your own hands.
Back-to-back Premier title wins.
That'd be great.
Very impressive, right?
That would be.
And surely an NA org would like to pick him up at that point. You've got to hope for it. Do you think any team, though, we've seen could really match up to what Chaos will deliver on a good time?
Team 1 has to be there.
Yeah?
They have left us with that feeling of savoir-faire and then just proficiency in general. I liked what I saw from Team 1, individually as well, interesting. They haven't had that many garbage is too tight. I want to say they haven't had weird moments.
We haven't seen them play that much, and that's my only concern, right? Because some of these teams, I think the more they play, the better they get in the tournament, sort of like you see with football World Cups and so forth. So maybe that could have something to say with the lack of practice over there. I do want to say, we saw Yeah Gaming play today. The map pool-wise, as you said, they're going to have a big problem if they cannot play that one. But what we saw on Inferno and what we saw on the last map here in Mirage, I feel they could beat anyone.
Wow, well, let's see if they can. When we get to it, what we're going to do right now is take a look at today's results, because it has been an action-packed day before we reach all of the playoff side of things for NA. We had these go down on the mainstream early on. It was a lot of 2-0s for our European brothers.
Is there a mistake on the graphic right here? Gambit lost.
I like a comment, James. Hot take on that result.
Well, Gambit lost to
They lost to one of the best teams in the world. The scoreline was still pretty good. My Gambit brothers should be very proud of everything they achieved. I am very proud of what
they should be proud, James. But I'm just going to divert the conversation to the second screen for a second, because Heroic, the second best team in the world,
not the second best team in the world right now.
But that is my point. They are in disarray. They are disappointing at the moment, and it must be a tough period, because they are living the moment through which everyone is expecting them to perform, and we are waiting for them at every single turn. Whenever they fall, whenever they lose, we are ready to sort of punish them, if you allow me to use that word. So it's going to be an uphill battle for Heroic right now, because losing against Mousesports at Blast and then losing here against Godsend, that is a problem.
Oh, I got it wrong. Heroic still are second on the ranking.
Yeah, they still are second.
Oh, there we go. I am getting an interview. We are going to be surprised. We're going to be given something to play with. Who have we got this time? I believe it's going to be Mr. Dumao with us. There he is, the young gun himself. Dumao, a very good win you managed to have over Mythic. It's good to see you. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It was a good game. We played very well. And we did very teammate plays, and for me it was a good game for us. Now, we played very well.
I've got to ask, right, Overpass, when I look at Inferno, when I look at Mirage, you guys look really good, you look like you know what's going on. On Overpass, is this just not a map you guys really practice? Because you make some mistakes I wouldn't expect from a team that's as good as you guys.
Yes, we don't practice Overpass a lot, but just sometimes we have mistakes a lot to do better, no? And I think that's it. We can.
Dumao, who's
we can do better.
Who's the guy sitting behind you?
Who?
The guy behind you?
It's Fast and RCF. Fastin and RCF.
Okay, so you guys are in a team house environment, or can you maybe try to explain how that is functioning?
Oh, what you say it for Michelle?
Yeah, are you guys sitting together and playing in a team house? Or?
Yes, yeah? just me, RCF and Fastin.
Okay, cool.
That's amazing. Now, you've made it to the playoff. Do you think you have it to win the whole tournament? You ready for that?
Yes, for sure. We can get it.
Now, one thing, Dumao, you're a very young, talented player out here. What's it like for you to be in a playoff of an event like DreamHack Masters? What does this mean to you?
For me, it will be amazing, and it's my second experience, I think. I don't know. And that's it.
Now, we also heard some rumors, right? You may have seen them yourself, that you were potentially going to be joining up with some legendary Brazilian players. Is there any truth to that? Or is that just a rumor?
What you said?
There was I like how you played that off. There was a rumor, a rumor that you might join up with players like Taco, Dead, some of the legendary Brazilian players. Is there any truth to that?
Oh, if it's truth?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, Dumal, we did really like what we saw from you, so I'll let you go. You're definitely a very talented player. We look forward to seeing you in the playoffs, and hopefully we'll see you on the very big stage real soon.
Can you repeat? I did not understand.
I'm just saying.
Just one more time.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to seeing you in the playoffs. You're a great player, and we'll see you next time.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Thank you.
By the way, we laugh and joke, but he is only 17.
Yeah,
and he's a Brazilian
great.
player. I have tried to get many Brazilian players for many years to do interviews who still refuse to do it. So I like this kid already.
500%. It is a million%. It is better to just try and be out there and you know, fight your way through the answer if you have to. But that is the only way you progress. I want to give him props to coming here and answering our questions.
We have this right, Maniac. You were on the French scene who also just don't give interviews because they're sometimes stupid. And you became into this position because you were forced to do all the English interviews all the time.
Yeah, I didn't really have a choice when I was playing.
All of my teammates, because I was the youngest on the team, forced me to do the interviews, so I end up sitting here talking the whole time as well. It's actually a positive thing in the end.
Very much is, you know, as you said, you got to give him credit for trying. And,
Absolutely.
Again, you know, very smooth and swiftly denying to answer your question. James. I like
What did you say?
He was like,
what did you say?
oh shit, this guy just asked me about the rumors.
He may
what do I
only
do?
be 17 years of age, right? But he's a
He
smart
knows
kid.
it.
Yeah, he's
He is a
kid.
smart
Smooth
kid.
criminal.
But you know what? I can tell when a kid's lying, and I definitely think I know what was going on. So I think I know where Dumal's going next. We may have just had the answer. But where we're going next as well is to look at the top 5 plays of the day. It's always fun action here at the DreamHack Masters. And we're starting off with who else but Katie, the 4K P250. Oh, yes, she put it up against, yeah!
Yeah, and that was amazing. That was really amazing. Good footwork as well, good aim, cross the placement, everything. And the P250 and pistol round, I still think it's absolutely in.
We have some more North American action coming in right here.
Really?
Something, yeah, with
Wow.
an AWP, the jumping
move.
kills right here. That is just movement on top of it. Hitting all 3 shots, and I guess we get to see it one more time. Hitting these bunny hops, Maniac, that's not easy.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not something I
ridiculous.
could do. Look at this, it's just on a KZ map right here, and then repositioning, grabbing even more kills, taking control of the round. Beautiful. Moving on to 3, we're going to Europe with Dupree. Who else? On Inferno, showing us again what he can do with the M4 in that A-hold. 4 kills. That was absolutely stellar. You can see the movement, the cross placement, everything. Even the pop flash, you can go on it. That was stellar work.
Bye-bye, Gambit.
Wasn't that impressive though, because look who's a step ahead of him. We've got Axile from Gambit. This is a 4K, and he gets a 1v3 to shut him down on the pistol. Look at
Did he
that.
almost get knife
Beautiful.
at the end?
Axile.
Is that device going with the knife at the very end? Just keep an eye on it. There we go.
Yeah, you see, you don't do that to my kids.
Number 1, Floppy with another ace and another 1 versus 5.
You haven't
The
seen
USB.
this.
I haven't seen this, but I'm seeing some crisp aiming right here. He did it yesterday, and he's doing it again today. How can this man be so good in Cloud9? This USB action right here, that is some stellar shooting, some stellar aim.
The 4th one is really insane. It's amazing.
It's disgusting.
Back-to-back days for Floppy of 1v5s. That's pretty damn impressive. Here's the Europe bracket, though. We've got our semi-final spots booked. Godsend to take on Mouse and Astralis to take on Furia. Astralis to take on Furia. We have been waiting for this.
Honestly, Furia right now looks like one of the best teams in the
know.
world. I don't want to say,
They're back.
you know, they're back. You know, they had a strugglesome start in Blast. We covered it all, and we saw them struggle. We heard them say, we had a talk, and ever since, they won every single series they played. And Astralis tomorrow, that's just going to be another big test for them.
Yeah, it's going to be insane. And you know what? I agree. Furia, they do look like the old themselves, the old version of themselves, absolutely manhandling everyone. But I do believe that Astralis is just resisting these games. I'm afraid of Furia that Astralis is just getting better each game after each game. They're finding the confidence. And it doesn't matter if they lose 16-12, because if you look at these games, what I have been taking it, because I'm watching the games, because I'm a big nerd for Counter-Strike. I'm in my hotel room just watching Counter-Strike all day. Whenever it gets to 13-13, they know what to do. I have that old feeling of Astralis.
And Astralis is back with Glaive as a caller. I think that is a very important point to point out as well. Magix took over for some time, you know, he was doing a good job, but now the best caller in the entire world and probably in the history of Counter-Strike is back. And I think that's a positive for Astralis.
I just want that game to go 3 maps, and I just want Furia to get revenge for my boys. That's all I'm looking for. That's all I'm going to say here. We are done for another day, though, guys. It's been a lot of fun from start to finish, but this would not be possible without the amazing sponsors we have here from Monster, Corsair, Intel, MSI, and of course the US Air Force. But we're done and dusted. We'll be back tomorrow. You've seen the games. You know what's coming up. It's semi-final time, baby. Do not miss it. We'll see you then.